like that movie Karate Kid. I love that movie because I love the aesthetics. Um, that scene when Daniel is trying to build balance on that log in the beach and that Japanese flute starts playing. It's such a good scene. And then there's that scene when they're walking on the beach and that Baroque music is playing. I honestly thought when I first saw that scene, when I first saw that scene after discovering Baroque, I honestly thought that they got that music from Vivaldi. And I looked into this. And it turns out that the composer for the sound score for the Karate Kid actually made it up. Like he actually composed that piece himself. It's pretty brilliant. Beautiful Baroque piece of music. And they're walking down through the beach and this music is playing. And Mr. Miyagi says, Daniel-san, build balance. And there he is trying to build balance. And that flute starts playing. And it's just, there's a beautiful aesthetic to it. And it's really remarkable. But Mr. Miyagi was a good teacher. The way he taught well, except for the car washing thing, which I think was a little bit exploitative, if you ask me. Other than that, I think Mr. Miyagi was a good teacher, and he was he taught with honor. And the scene when he goes to Cobra Kai and the teacher's like waters for the weak and all that stuff, guys, that was kind of a thing. When I was when I was in high school in California, I joined the wrestling team. I really sucked, guys. I was a terrible wrestler. I didn't win a single match, so don't ask me if I was good. I'm telling you right now, I sucked at wrestling. But our coach would scream at people if they asked to go for water. And he would say, water is for bitches. Water is for the weak. Like that was straight up Cobra Kai. And then when I was in the Taekwondo school, he never said water is for the weak, but he didn't mind beating the shit out of us and busting our ribs and basically treating us like punching bags. And that was my Cobra Kai experience. And that the video that I did on why I left martial arts, that video really, in all honesty, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, I really scratched the surface with that video. There's a lot of stories that I didn't mention. Weird things that I saw in martial arts, and just this stuff that should not have happened when I was in martial arts. Maybe I should do a follow-up video. I don't know, but I'll give you guys another example of what I mean. I remember I joined this Taekwondo school. And the first day I was there, he said, okay, do a light sparring round. This is my first day. And we did a light sparring round. Nobody got hit. We just sort of tapped each other. We just moved around and pretended to punch each other, but nobody got hit and it was fine. The second day of class, he has me do full contact sparring. I'm talking gloves, and he didn't standardize the gloves. So you had guys coming in with those little MMA gloves, guys coming in with boxing gloves. There was no order. And I remember second day of class, completely unathletic, completely unflexible, could not kick above my knee. Couldn't kick above my knee. And he puts me with a guy who had more experience, more athletic than I was, more aggressive than I was. And this guy beat the shit out of me. This is the second day of class, guys. He beat the shit out of me to the point where I had blood running down my face. Not like here, but I had cuts on my forehead. I had blood coming down here, blood coming down my nose. Second day of class. It's not like, oh, you've been here for 8 years. Let's do some real hard fighting for 2 minutes or something. No, this was like 3 rounds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes each, and fight. Like we're in Fight Club. It was insane. It was totally freaking insane. But I didn't know any better. I thought that this was martial arts. I thought this is what you do. So I didn't see it as strange. But I started talking to other people that I knew who did martial arts, and they all told me that it was insane what I was going through. Like all of them did. And I knew a bunch of people who did martial arts, and I talked to all of them, and they all told me, Ted, what you're going through is insane. What your teacher is doing is wrong. He's not teaching the right way. But it was like second day of class. Here I am, naive, don't know any better, can't kick above my knee. And this big freaking Mexican guy is on top of me, punching my face. Well, actually, no. I'm confusing that with a different sparring partner. Here's this guy punching me over and over again. Boom, 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 boom. Blood's coming down my face. I'm so exhausted. Because again, dude, people who have never trained in martial arts don't know how exhausting it is. Just doing if you're not conditioned enough, just doing 2 minutes on a heavy bag is going to be exhausting for you. And I'm not talking about like, this little tip tap shit. I'm talking like you're in front of a heavy bag and your coach is saying, okay, I want you to do a 1-2 left hook, right straight. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, wait 2 seconds. Okay, do a right straight left hook. Boom, boom, right straight left hook, right roundhouse kick. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and now I want you to do a right uppercut, right hook, left hook, right straight. Boom, 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 boom. And then the last 30 seconds, okay, last 30 seconds, I want you to do a flurry on the bag. I want you to hit the bag as hard and as fast as you can for 30 seconds straight. That 30 seconds feels like 5 minutes. That now, if you do that to somebody who's well conditioned, for 2 minutes, it's nothing. It's not nothing, but he's going to go through it. Okay. You get somebody who's never trained in martial arts, they are going to collapse. 2 minutes. This is my second day of class. And this asshole, this lunatic, has me do full contact fighting with the guy with little, like 4-ounce MMA gloves. Blood is running down my face. I got cuts in my forehead, blood coming down my nose, got blood coming down my temple. Like blood is going down. Not a lot, but still blood. And it's the second day of class. This is your second day of class. Like, here's your introduction. And I am so exhausted that I remember this is what you do when you're exhausted, right? You put your hands on your knees. Put my hands on my knees. I'm breathing so heavily. And this sparring partner who's crazy enough to be like, to think that what he was doing was legitimate. He gets mad at me for wanting to take a rest. And then he says, I'm not even hitting you that hard. I'm thinking, look at my face. What do you mean you're not hitting me that hard? It was insane, dude. It was insane. But again, I thought this is what you do. And after a year and a half of training, I was able to go through those rounds pretty decently and not get that badly beaten. It was pretty fun. It was pretty damn fun, I will say. Holy shit, guys. No mercy, strike hard, strike first. Sounds a lot like fascism's idea of youth's health. Well, here's the funny thing is my coach had an Italian last name. He was an American Italian. So maybe there was some fascism in him. You know what's crazy about my instructor? We were driving to a Taekwondo tournament. And we start talking, it's like an hour drive. So we start talking normally, right? So there's the coach is driving, and there's like, we're driving in this big ass van, and there's like 5 or 6 guys in the van, including myself. So we're all talking about whatever. And when you put a bunch of dudes in a van and you have them talk for an hour, politics will likely pop up. So we start talking about the Second World War. And we start talking about the Holocaust. I didn't bring up the Holocaust, unless, in case you're wondering. I did not bring it up. But we started talking. The instructor told us about this film that he had watched about the Holocaust. He said, I saw this film about the Holocaust. And he says, it was sad, he told us. I thought, okay. And then he says, the Germans really hated the Jews. And I said, Yeah, they did. They did. It's kind of like that scene from Family Guy when there's a girl who says, uh, the TV was talking about some guy named Hitler. Somebody should stop him. And he said, they really hated the Jews. He said, but it's kind of understandable why they hated them. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, because the Jews had all the money. So he says, I can understand why they hated them. And I'm thinking, okay, there's something strange. But see, that was a red flag. These were all red flags. These were all red flags that I should have picked up. But, what do I know? That was a long time ago. Oh, God, we're talking about Islam. Dude, this is not 2003 anymore. Everybody knows about Islam. That's it. We're done.